So I'm just going to cover real quick differences in different types of life insurance and the pros and the cons. So the pro to term life insurance, it's typically going to be a little cheaper, and it's basic. It does the job. You get life insurance, and it protects you, when you die. Simple terms. So let's say you get 500 grand, you're paying $70 a month. You want to do it, of course, while you're younger. So this is what I would tell people: the younger you are, if you even think you're gonna have kids or want a family and you're in your 20s, just go ahead and get it now, because it may be $70 out of your paycheck now. You may think, oh, I don't need it, but as you go through your 20s to 30s, you're going to accumulate more debt. You're more likely to want to buy a house. You're going to end up having a family, etc. So that debt all of a sudden will pile up real quick, and that's what life insurance is for. It's nothing fancy. It's basic stuff. It's meant to cover all of your expenses. So like when somebody dies, people don't think about this, that somebody has to pay for the house, someone has to pay for food, somebody has to pay for cars, things like that. Your kids' education, their life's got to continue going on. And so you want to do it while it's cheap. If you wait, it's going to get more and more expensive, because especially if you're in the service, the reason why it gets more expensive because the service is going to jack your body up. You're going to do a lot of extra stuff. You're going to end up getting hurt. And the life insurance companies see that as a liability. They think that because you are a veteran, that you're more prone to die earlier. And so they're less likely to get their money out of it. So they want to charge you more. So that's why you got to do it earlier. Your IUL, your variables, all that stuff there, folks that say that, you can get cash out of your policy, it's typically going to be more expensive for less coverage. Let's talk about the cash value about it. And I'm shooting straight on it, because, if you want to do it, it's up to you, of course, right? Who am I to tell people what they're supposed to do? But the thing with the cash is, first, when you get a policy like that, you don't even get cash value on it until you've been paying on it for a while, right? So you could be paying payments up to like whatever, $100 for 10 years before you have truly enough to actually take a loan out on something substantial. Like if you're looking for 50 grand or something like that, it might take you 10 years to accumulate. The thing they also don't tell you is that you're going to get charged a high interest to borrow that money. So if you do take it out, you better use it well, not to buy some nonsense, cars or things like that, right? The other part they don't tell you, which I'm gonna be straight about this, it's majority of minorities that like this stuff. I don't know why. I think maybe it's because we're trying to just come up on a quick come up or something. But a lot of minorities, they'll get the IUL and they'll decide they won't want to pay it back. So let's say you got a $100,000 life insurance policy and you take 50K out, right? And you decide you don't want to pay it back. Oh, well, that's cool. They're just going to take it from your policy. And they're going to keep charging you interest on that, right? And a lot of times what people fail to realize is, depending on how bad the interest is, by you just defaulting and not paying on it, you think you're going to be good, and then you end up dying and you got no money left. So it's the same as having no life insurance and your family is stuck like Chuck. So that's why I don't recommend IULs and things that are going to build cash value for the majority of people, because the majority of people are not going to use it correctly. If you're going to use it and you have that much patience, you want to wait like 10 years until you build cash value and take a loan out on it, well, you better throw that junk in the stock market. You better use it to pay off a big, heavy debt, some high yield savings, something that's going to change your whole entire family's situation. It's going to, set different trends for the next generation. That's the type of stuff you pull that money to use it out on. You don't pull it out to buy a new car or some shoes or some nonsense like that, man. But for majority of the people out there, I recommend term life insurance. You're going to get more for less. Me personally, I'm in the service, right? I joined when I was 22. When I was 32 and I realized that I had a family, etc., and while my health was still good, I went and got another policy for 500,000. I only pay, I think it was it for my family. It's all four of us or five of us. I pay like $97. So yeah, I think I pay $40 a month. Yeah, $40 a month for $500,000 of coverage. So if I was to die like now while I'm in the service, that's $1 million in coverage that I got. When I get out the service, I already have 500,000. So now that gives me leeway. I don't have to just rush into this VGLI nonsense, because a lot of veterans have realized they take it because they don't know anywhere, but VGLI is a ripoff. Reason why it's a variable group life insurance. And what that means is that the price on it that you pay per month is going to continue to go up every year, and it's going to double every 5 years. So if I was to do the math for you and put it on paper, which I've done that for some of my clients, you'll see that by the time you get like 60, bro, you're not even going to be able to afford it. And there's a thing that people don't tell you, right? Don't let people, I don't try to get people to get something they don't need. The fact is, you don't need life insurance for your entire life. Life insurance is meant for you to have while you're younger and dumber and doing things foolishly. And that way, you have, when you're in your 30s or 40s, you're buying houses, you may be buying cars, you got your kids this and that, your family this and that. As you get older, if you're building up responsible adults, the whole thing that should happen is you should be spending, or correction, you should have less debt. And then that's when you don't need a life insurance. So once you got like less debt, let's say, if you got all your debt paid off, and then if you were to pass, everything's in order, you don't have any debt, you're leaving your kids, you're 60 and you're financially free, well, then you don't need life insurance anymore. Now you have like savings or whatever, stock market, different like that. They can kind of pay for your funeral, and then the rest goes to your family. Another reason why life insurance is important and makes things less stressful for when somebody passes. I can tell you from experience that some of my family members, they had to go into debt to pay for the funeral for my mom. And that's because of the company that they had life insurance with, which was a crappy company, because not all of them are created equal. Some of them will take like a year to pay out the life insurance. That's what happened with my mom, right? Whereas there are other companies out there that'll pay within 14 days or no greater than a month. And you can actually take the policy number with you, take it to a funeral parlor, buy everything you want to buy, and then tell them to put it on that policy, and they'll bill your funeral expenses to your policy, so you don't have to worry about it. And so that's one of the benefits of having life insurance to a quality company. But all this to say that I just want to let y'all know the differences between term and IULs, VGLI, different types of life insurance, why life insurance is important. If you're interested, I can do a free policy review for you if you already have one. I do it for free. Check it out. Tell you all the stuff about it. Make sure you're educated about what's in your policy. And then if you want to look into another policy, we can look into that. And at the same time, I can do, budgets, things like that. But check out the L I'm going to put in the description. And you can see, get on a phone call with me. I'll evaluate your entire financial situation and then tell you what you need and what you don't need based on that. Because some of y'all are wasting time and money. Y'all got stuff you don't need, and you don't have things that you do need. So check it out.